Shall we begin? Let's begin now. Shall we begin?
Aloha everyone, this is Stephanie with the Whispering Dragonfly coming to you with your Starseeds and Lightworkers reading for March 2022. It felt very important to do the Starseeds reading because we have so many different changes that are happening right now, and we're right on the tail end of the Pisces new moon, which is actually going to be helping us to expand into some larger dreams, we'll put it that way. Okay, so thank you so much, you guys. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you for hitting that bell button. Thank you for those who have donated. I appreciate all of that. That helps my channel to grow and expand. Also, thank you to those who comment. I like engaging with you. YouTube likes it, so let's keep it up. As well as I am doing a contest for the month of March, free to enter, free to win, for a 30-minute session with me personally. I will let you know at the end of the video how to enter that drawing, as some are here for the message and not for the contest. Okay, let's get to it. Let's take our Hawaiian salt together. Okay, little pinch. Gives you your energy. It also it clears the energy, gives you your minerals. Okay, so we've just had the Pisces new moon, and with that new moon has come up, of course, some emotions. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. Okay, so we're entering into the last sort of purge before the actual Western astrology new year, which is when we move into Aries. So right around March 20th to the 21st, when the sun enters Aries. So we're finishing up the cycles that we need to. So many of the Starseeds and Lightworkers that I've been talking to, we feel like we're in a pause. You can feel the energy starting to build for when this Aries energy is coming in, which is new and vibrant and fire and building. With this Pisces, it's the time to dream the bigger dreams, to allow the last emotional purge. And specifically with Starseeds and Lightworkers, I feel like we are moving into the new blueprint of who we are, our true blueprint. So we're at a time in the astrology where the things that our first and second wave Starseeds and Lightworkers, you'll know who you are, you'll feel it. If you are drawn to this video, more than likely you're the first and second wave. And essentially we are coming into now being into the emanation mode. So we're teaching and training and allowing the light that we have to shine in such a way that it helps others to wake up. So we're moving into that part of the ascension process. And so all of the work that we've been doing since 2012 to now we're at that culmination to where now we become the ones bringing the light, okay? And grounding that home frequency from our starseed systems onto Earth Gaia, okay? And so assisting in that transition. We're assisting in grounding and harmonizing the new Earth frequencies. We've also been in a huge process of allowing the changeover from the Piscean age of the top-down social systems, the patriarchal system, to the Aquarian matriarchal system, where the divine feminine is now in charge, is now leading the show, okay? And so we are, regardless of what type of body you have, male or female matters not, the divine feminine essence is now the one that is taking front stage, okay? In the month of March, we're having this switch over, and the body is moving from the purge state to the state of life force energy flowing through, We have updated our crystalline grid. So for all of this time where it has felt like one purge after another, we're going to start to feel like we have life force back. Okay, so starseeds and lightworkers, it's really important to take very good care of your nervous system, because we've been in purge mode for such a long time that now this life force energy is going to be coming in especially by the end of March. Once we hit Aries season, it's going to be coming in full force. So we have access to the raw creative power of life force energy due to our alignments. Okay, so through March, you may be feeling like there's just some residual things that are releasing, but then we're going to be moving into this beautiful energy of raw creative, coming into the sovereign creators. If you've been watching my channel for quite some time, I have been talking about personal sovereignty, especially to the starseeds and lightworkers, for a few years now. Okay, it is not about being under anyone else's authority. It is now truly being in your own sovereignty, in your own unique energy blueprint, because each of us has a part of the code. Okay, each of us has a part of the matrix. We don't see the whole divine plan as an individual, right? So we all bring something different to the table that is necessary and needed, and it's important that you emanate your own personal unique blueprint so that you can call in the soul tribe members, especially those who are waking up from their slumber, so that you can be available to help to train them in their personal sovereignty. We are now stepping up into leadership roles. Okay, so before we even get the cards, they wanted to bring that through very, very clearly. Okay, so whatever your heart's desire is, whatever sparks joy in you, is your path. Okay, I do feel like that, like me personally, what I've been noticing is that I'm in a bit of a limbo, as in there's things that I've been wanting to create or bring forth, but I'm not quite sure the how yet. Okay, and that's okay. The how is not up to us in our physical body. The how is to our higher self and source. So they're to bring that in. So starseeds and lightworkers, we're here to be dreamers. So it's really important during this time to dream the big dream. I do feel like there are some things that in your mission, we'll call it, because some feel very strong with that word mission, in your mission that you've been wanting to do or seen that you're supposed to do for quite some time now. Many of these missions were introduced in 2012, okay, and now we're finally in the stage of being able to bring that forward. So if there's been discouragement in the past, like, okay, because I hear some of you, well, Stephanie, I've been trying to do that and nothing works, or it hasn't reached the audience that I needed to reach. It just wasn't time yet. And that's one of the things Spirit has been telling me, even for my empaths out there, if you've been carrying extra weight and other things of that sort, it wasn't necessarily a bad thing, because what my guides have been showing me is the weight was there because the collective was not ready for the amount of light and the emanation that you are, Stephanie. Okay, and so they're showing me that as a collective of empaths, that the weight is going to start to drop off, because now it's time to have that emanation and that pulse coming from the individual empaths, so that rather than absorbing everything around you, you're now going to be emanating your own frequency, which is beautiful. So those are main general energies. It is very important to drink, as always, really good water. Make sure that you're hydrated. I have found myself becoming quite dehydrated a lot lately, because I know my system and my crystalline grid is coming back online. And be mindful that your appetite might change, your tastes might change. So go with what your body is wanting, because your whole system is upgrading. It's becoming lighter on the planet. I was once told to me we're going from hydrogen to helium. Okay, so if you think of it like a helium balloon, it's much lighter. It has that funny vibe when you take the helium. It gives you that funny voice, okay? But think of the lightness of that balloon and while staying grounded onto Earth, okay? So what you want to eat might change, okay? And so it may be that, say that you are a meat eater and you might want to, like, you might be feeling like you don't really need to eat much at this time. Or some of my vegetarians and vegans out there might have a taste for a piece of meat, okay? Let go of your judgments because your body is going through a transition and an update, especially with your crystal programming. So you have to think we're made mainly of water, and then our DNA is crystalline. Okay, so think about your computers. Think about your cell phones and smartphones. All right, we need to recharge them at different times. It takes a very certain charge, and as you're changing, you're not who you were before. So what worked in 2012, what worked last month may not work this month for you. So really check into your body. It's going to be very important at this time, especially as you're dreaming your big dreams. In order to ground it in, it's going to be very important to be present in your body and ask your body, what does it need to feel sustained, okay? Because we're very much changing how we bring life force in and through, and how we hold the divine nectar in ourselves and regenerate, okay? So we're becoming much more of generative and regenerators, okay, of our own energy straight from our own connection to source rather than sourcing it externally. So keep that in mind, that you may be changing a bit. So allow yourself to have that. Again, I'm not a doctor, okay? So it's like some people are like, but I have this going on. Perfect, okay? Mesh the things together. These are just the suggestions from spirit. So it's like, again, listen to your body and to the advice of your own personal sovereignty. All right, let's get going with the messages. They started off pretty quickly for March. March is a turning point, they're saying. They're using the word turning point. All right, for the Starseeds and Lightworkers, what messages do you guys have for March? Okay, this one they said. And two more. Okay. Okay, and one more. Okay. Perfect. All right, we have Breath of the Cosmos. My will to thy will. Let me get my little arm stand here. It says, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. Okay, so part of the shift and transition is moving from trying to micromanage the universe. Okay, what can I do? How can I make it better? Do. Okay, what does do sound like, right? So if you keep micromanaging the universe, then you get back less than what is possible. And so you're moving from your little will to your higher will, okay? You're bringing that higher will. Let my will be thy will. And it's not something outside of you. You are the universe, Starseeds and Lightworkers. You are sovereign. And so you're not pulling at someone's will outside of yourself. You are moving into your higher will, okay? What is the will of your highest self? They're saying you're beginning to embody your highest self. So some of you, I've even been talking with some friends, they feel like a whole new being, like they've had a walk-in of a different soul, but really it's a part and sector of their own soul self. So we have 12 parts of our soul. And so we're moving into those higher dimensional soul blueprints. Okay, so some of you may have such a radical transition that you feel like a completely different person. So take off the micromanaging of the universe, put on the will of your highest self. We have empathic starseed. It says energetic sovereignty. What have I been saying? Okay, they're just reiterating. When Spirit does this, when they give me a message and then they give a card saying the same message, they're saying, I've said what I said. Okay? Pay attention. It is time for your energetic sovereignty. And it says absorbing what's not yours. So now is the time to release the absorption of that which is not yours. And this may be that many of you who have been doormats previously, yes people, okay? And sometimes it happens when we're empathic or highly sensitive. I know I've been that at many different times in my life. And so we all have our triggers and our ways that things come up. But what it's saying now is use your sovereign and sacred no. If you are in a situation or a relationship where it is continually draining on your energy and you haven't quite figured out how not to absorb their shenanigans, use your sovereign no. Step aside for a little bit. It doesn't mean that you have to sever the relationship or burn the bridge. Unless you do, you'll know if it's toxic and you have to do that. But it's more so releasing the mirror and allowing yourself to bring your divine masculine, this is my right hand, okay, divine masculine and divine feminine, turn them towards one another and merge them together. Allow yourself to be the mirror rather than absorbing from outside of you to learn, okay? And then we have double mission, Lightworker Starseed, serve the world by being you. Again, this works hand in hand with the energetic sovereignty. Okay, you are light workers and starseeds. That's why you were attracted to this video. So it's saying serve the world by being you. How you bring your codes and information to the world is going to be different from the next person. Some people are here to bring it through technology. Some people are here to bring it through creativity. Some of you are here to start your own YouTube channel. Some of you are here to dance. Some of you are here to sing. Some of you are here to work with numbers and patterns and research and science. Okay, how you bring your personal blueprint to the world is different. And so if you try to copy or compare yourself to someone else, it does you an injustice because you're not like anyone else. You're not supposed to be. You are the source, God, looking through the eyes of you as a human, okay? And each portion and part of that whole is sacred. And so they're asking you to drop comparisons. You need to show up now more than ever as yourself. So if you're not sure who you are anymore, discover it. Okay, spend some time if you need to in meditation. Find out who you are. Find out what you like. It's kind of, I think it was the movie Runaway Bride maybe with Julia Roberts, where she didn't even know what type of eggs she liked because she was always catering to everyone else. And with you being empathic, I feel like many of you have been catering to others in such a way that that you've lost yourself in some way, or you're not sure what you like anymore. And that's beautiful. You get to go on the discovery of who you are. We also have Child of the Cosmos. The intelligence of the universe lies in you. Okay, spend some time with your higher self in meditation, journal, write things down. Take a meditation walk, take a nice swim or a bath, whatever opens you to the universe and fills your soul. I love to swim in the ocean because I have it available to me, and I really like writing down and channeling parts of myself and gods and goddesses. Okay, that helps me to interact with the intelligence of the universe. How you do it may be different than me, but there's no wrong way to get in touch with the innate universal intelligence that you have inside of you. Anything that helps you to relax is going to be good for your soul. Okay. They want a secret language of light card. Let's look at that. March is really spectacular. So you guys are being put on notice that you're moving into your leadership positions. Okay, so don't do anything that you don't want to do. All right, even if it's a friend or loved one, if it does not spark joy within you, say no. Okay, this is the time for you to be about your mission and your individual blueprint, because your individual blueprint makes up part of the whole. And if you're trying to be Sister Sally or, you know, Brother Bob's blueprint, then we're missing something in the whole. Okay, look at the flower of life behind me. If you try to jump down, okay, look. So say you're this part. And then if you try to be over here, this whole spot's missing. Okay, you need to be you. Otherwise, the whole web gets out of whack, all right? We have wellness. So the focus here in March is your wellness. Physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional. Get that life force. You want to have your body prepared for Aries season, because we're moving into exponential life force being available to us. And so you want your nervous system to be calm. And notice that there's the flower of life here. Again, they're reiterating that you're part, okay? You are a human cell. So your human cell is really important in the web, in the flower of life. And so it's very important for you to be you, okay? No one else can be you. That's the main thing about sovereignty. And it's like, I want to cry a little bit, because you are that important. And it's that important for you to show up as you. It is that important for you to shine your light in such a way, just by being you. If you're feeling anxious or, you know, overwhelmed, that's you trying to be someone other than you. So let it go. Come on, let it go. That's the, I do not own the rights to that song, but that's what they're singing in my head. Okay? Let it go. Just let it be. Why don't you be you? And I'll be me. Okay? You be you. I be me. And it creates this beautiful web of light, the Christ consciousness grid. You are part of that, and it's imperative that you show up as you. All right, we have crown chakra, the unlimited self. Again, coming in March to your unlimited self, but you have to be and show up to life as yourself in order to be the unlimited self. You can't show up as someone next to you or in someone else's pattern. So be in your own energy. Look at that crown chakra opening and the well of life that comes through it. And this is the alignment of the crown chakra, heart chakra, and your womb. Male or female matters not. You have a womb, and all of that's being aligned in the month of March. Okay, beautiful, beautiful energies. They want a shaman stream, and then and then we'll see what they want. They are being very, very clear about the need to be sovereign, especially in these times. So a lot is changing, and it's supposed to. This is what we came for. We're bringing in we're anchoring in the new earth frequency, so the old frequencies have to dissolve, and sometimes they put up a fight, okay? And that's perfectly natural. There's nothing wrong in the world. All is well. Everything is happening to plan, and so you show up as you, focus on the good that you are. Okay. We have Joyful Muse, Inspiration. It's number 33. Some of you may be attracted to 33s, 333. It's a master number. Okay, it's a double seal. Have find your inspiration through the joy. What brings you joy? This cute little cat is creative as all get out. And so even if you're not an artist or a singer, if you like painting, or if you like singing, or if you like dancing, okay, make a joyful noise. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be your professional gig. It's about finding inspiration through what brings you joy. We have the unmarked trail, a revelation. You are embarking on a stage in your spirit, starseeds and light workers, and your spiritual path that you've never been on before. So this is a time where it is an unmarked trail. You are the pioneers, okay? So you may feel like you're in limbo. Like I said earlier, the feeling that I've gotten, I know that I have a destination. I know that I am moving towards my beautiful outcomes, and they often happen in a different order than I think that they're going to happen. I know more inspiration is coming. And so we just hold on to that revelation. You're having the aha moments. In the runes, it says, in the realm of spirit, you are always at the beginning. You're always on the unmarked trail. And then we have Willow the Wisp, treasures hidden in the shadows. It's a 62, yields down to an 8. The number of self, abundance, wealth, the treasures, okay? This is you fully integrating your shadow self, seeing the treasure that's in the shadow, having the revelation that this several years, it feels like, I know for me, I have been going through massive change since 2012. Actually, 2002 was my first wake up experience. I did not get to know what happened to me in those subsequent years, what was transpiring, until 10 years later. It wasn't until 2012 that I knew what had happened to me. And so, or, you know, what my higher being had, like what events had taken place, okay? I didn't have an explanation for these things. So it's much quicker now. We are going through our transformations quickly. Day to day, I'm different each moment, it feels like. I have friends, we've talked about it. It's like I feel like I've had a couple of lifetimes this day, today, you know, and they had been experiencing the same exact thing. So keep rolling with it and allow the treasure of your shadow and that integration to be that part of yourself. You've got to have the shadow piece, all right? Notice how sound needs no light. Sound holds the matter together. In order to be a starseed and a light worker, in order to be a good magician, you have to use the shadow part, the void, the place where there isn't light, okay, or light is concentrated, okay, and then moving it into the light pieces. Both of those things need to be balanced in order for you to truly move into your power, and you're coming into that mastery. Those of you watching this, you're signing up for your next level. So it's time for mastery now. All right, they want a couple of Light Seers Tarot, and then we're going to be finished. This one's going longer, but they're very adamant about getting the transmission through, because there's energies in this that will help you to wake up and release, what are they saying, old codes and programs, and integrate the new. Okay. Beautiful. All right, and they said one more. Nice. All right. We have Queen of Cups. Again, the divine feminine taking over. You are balancing in your emotions. You are balancing the waters within and without, okay? Some of you may be really drawn to the water. This is the feminine principle. They're saying month of March, this is the focus. And as I look out my window, there's a sailboat going across. This is about easy sailing, and it's a white, all white sailboat. Spirit's saying they're going to help you sail through the waters of the emotions. We have Four of Wands here. Four of Wands is celebration, okay? 1111, this is the wake-up code. This is the halfway to marriage for love. I also feel like this month of March, many divine counterparts are coming together into union, releasing the shadow parts, because we need the voltage of that love energy to catapult the planet into the next, to add light to the Christ consciousness grid. Okay, so for you to have that divine love, we have Hierophant here. You're moving into new spiritual knowledge, spiritual law. You're becoming the priest and priestesses here on earth who bring forth these new codes. Okay, and then for love relationships, again, they're showing that this divine feminine is, this divine feminine is absolutely matching up with the spiritual law, the divine masculine in his power. Okay, now physical gender matters not. These are energies. Okay, and so it's very, very important at this time to come together within yourself. This is showing that you're balancing your inner divine masculine and feminine properties, and then your outer is going to marry as well. 1111 card. So many of you are waking up to new and different codes and programs. Some of you have been seeing 1111. So it's definitely time for celebration, and it's also time to get to your mission. So no more playing small, no more being a doormat, no absorbing everyone else's energy. It's time now to emanate. It's time to be sovereign and stand in your power, starseeds and lightworkers, because the information of the universe is in you. You already have it. Okay, so all right. They said to leave it there, to go ahead and wrap it up there. But thank you guys so much. It's a very powerful month, so be in your power here. Love you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Those of you who would like to enter the contest, to have a free session with me for 30 minutes, how you do that is you like this video, you share it, and in the description box below, write Starseed, and that lets me know that you would like to be entered into the drawing. And then April 1st, I will do a video that announces the winner, and I'll do the drawing on video. Okay, so thank you guys so much. Till next time. Aloha.